y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is MOGIBETH. For those of y'all who are new here, I own a 6-figure reselling business selling primarily women's clothing on places like Poshmark and eBay. And where do I find those clothes? Well, a good amount of them, I find them while thrifting, either at the Goodwill thrift store or at the Goodwill bins. And today we are going to do a Goodwill thrift with me at the regular old thrift stores. I am really excited to dive in and see what we can find. It's been a minute since I went thrifting and I've been wanting to go. This is a thrift store, the one I'm about to walk into. I don't think I've ever filmed in here. It's very much hit or miss, so I'm hoping for a hit this time. But if not, we can go over to another Goodwill, and if that's a miss, there's others in the area. So that's the lucky thing about Portland, is that there are a lot of options, and although they've been pricing things really high these days, you can still find gems in the thrift stores. So let's head on in and cross our fingers and see what we can find. Okay, wish me luck. Alright, well, heading into the thrift store, and I always beeline it for new racks. If you're new to the whole thrifting and reselling game, this is definitely where you want to beeline. This is where new inventory is rolled out to be put away, and since it hasn't been gone through yet, this is where you can find really great things. This rack actually wasn't a new rack. It was a rack of random things that they were putting away, and I could tell that because the tags just had a variety of different colors on them. Usually if it's a new rack, they're all going to be of the color of that week. This week the new color was blue, so you're seeing some blue things, but then you're also seeing like purple and yellow, etc. I did actually go through a couple of new racks, and I found a couple of things to sell. So this was my first find of the day, and it was a pair of Veronica Beard jeans. I rarely find Veronica Beard in the thrift store, so I was really excited, but I'll talk more about that find later on in the haul because I did end up picking those up. But if you watch my YouTube channel, you know that I love selling jeans, so it's the first category I go through each and every time. Here I'm finding a pair of new tag Levi's wedgie jeans. I love selling this style by Levi's, but they had it marked up to $29.99, which is way too high for me to consider picking up, so maybe it'll end up in the bins and I can pick it up then. This was a pair of Madewell jeans. Purple was the color that was half off, so I decided to go ahead and pick that up. And those jeans were actually in excellent condition, so I love selling Madewell jeans, and I rarely leave the thrift store without picking up one pair of Madewell jeans. Because it's just my favorite thing. Okay, so now I am going to the pants section. Actually, I probably have the most amount of luck in the pants category within thrift stores these days. It's just something I really enjoy selling, and it has a pretty high ASP, a pretty good sell-through rate. I think a lot of resellers don't like going through this section because it's pretty boring, but for me, it's potentially my favorite. So I found this pair of Citizens of Humanity rocket style jeans. It was purple tag, so it was half off again. So I had to put it in my cart to check comps, and I'm glad I did because I did end up getting it. Do y'all see my gray hairs there? I'm getting older. And also you can really see my pregnant belly in this video, but I am definitely showing these days. I am, I think, 24 weeks this week, so I'm getting up there. Now here I'm going through skirts, and I found this Patagonia skirt. I used to love selling Patagonia skirts, and basically at this point, if I find anything Patagonia, I'll put it in my cart to check comps, because Patagonia is just one brand that does especially well for me. But I will later on in this Thrift With Me portion talk about what I put back and why, and that is one of the pieces. So I found this jacket, which is pretty a rare find for me. It was a genuine leather jacket in like new condition by Cole Haan, and outerwear by Cole Haan does well for me. So I decided to go ahead and put it in my cart, even though it was marked up to $24.99, to check comps, because a piece like that, a leather jacket, can go for $100 or more. And so in that case, I am willing to pay up for a piece. Calvin Klein coats can actually do really well, but they wanted $39.99 for that, so I definitely passed. And this time in the thrift store, I decided actually to go through men's, which is a section of the thrift store I rarely go through, but now I'm really challenging myself to expand my knowledge of men's brands and men's categories that sell well. So I went through and I actually found quite a few pieces that I will show you in the haul. And then I went over to shoes. I do love selling shoes. They also have, high ASP and good sell-through rate, but I'm being very picky with shoes these days, just because I don't want to clean them, and also they do take up a good amount of storage space. I'm finding a lot of kind of in-house Kohl's or in-house Nordstrom brands that I pass on, but these AGL shoes, it's a great brand to know. I just sold a pair of AGL boots on eBay this weekend for $150, but that particular style was older, and so I did decide to pass on those. Then I headed over to maxi dresses, which is another one of my favorite categories within the thrift store, especially because I love selling formal wear, and right now formal wear is selling really well because a lot of weddings are coming up in the spring, and so I would challenge you, if you want to test out that category, to start maybe checking comps on a few things in the thrift store that you find. I do have a video on formal wear I'll link up on the screen. So this was a unique find. It was Banana Republic, which y'all know I don't really pick up that often, but it was a collaboration. I always check comps on like collaboration pieces that look interesting, and I'm glad I did. I'll talk about it later on in the haul. This is a BCBG dress that retailed for almost $300 and still had new tags. Goodwill wanted too much money for it, but still, it was an older style, and I very rarely pick up BCBG anymore at all. So here is a newer Michael Stars tag. So I actually do pick up some newer Michael Stars pieces these days. That's an older Michael Stars tag, which I will almost always pass on. But the newer pieces, especially the more substantial pieces like jumpsuits, actually can do pretty well. And then the dresses with, ruching on the side sell surprisingly fast in my experience, if they're in that newer tag. So something that I didn't know that I learned through liquidation, because I was basically passing on all Michael Stars up until that point, and once I kind of figured that out, I will pick it up from time to time now. This is a new tag Anthropology piece, but they wanted $29.99. It wasn't a dress, it was a top, I believe, and I definitely passed on that. So I actually did go through tops, which is pretty rare for me. Here I am picking up a Soft Surroundings extra large top. Soft Surroundings is a brand I'm trying to pick up more and more of, especially in those larger sizes. I talked about it in my last video, 10 bread and butter brands I'm picking up in 2022, which I'll link up on the screen. This is a Point Sur top. It's really cute. Point Sur is a J. Crew line, but I did pass on it. Okay, so here's what I'm passing on. Passed on Patagonia. Basically, what I've determined is that skirts by Patagonia, unless they're really new style, don't do well. So after checking comps, I put that back. This was actually a brand new Madewell top. It was from 2021 or 22. But Madewell still had it on their store and they had it marked down to $35, so I can't really compete with them. This is a S13 coat, and S13 is a good brand to know. Sometimes their pieces can do really well, but that particular style didn't do that great, and they just had it marked up too high. This is a Adriana Goldschmied Travis Matthews collaboration jeans, a men's. After checking comps, I passed. Cupcakes and Cashmere. After checking comps, it was older style. I passed. Eliza J. Tin Petite. I actually really like picking up Eliza J, and this was half off, so I was really close to picking it up, but it was just too saturated, this particular style. But I am having good luck with Eliza J pre-owned. So here's that Soft Surroundings top. It didn't really have anything going for it other than the size, and after checking comps, I did decide to put it back. Okay, well, didn't have to go to another Goodwill. Stayed here the whole time, went through the whole store, and spent over $200, I think $225. So that was like my best single spot thrift trip in a long time. I'm so excited to show y'all what I found, and yeah, jump into the haul. All right. Okay, time for the haul, and I got a bunch of items I'm really excited to show y'all. Okay, so let's start here. First one is Madewell, and this was half off. It was $7.99. Purple tags were half off. I'm not only going to share with y'all what I found, but also I'm going to share with you my projected sales price, my projected profit, and my projected profit margin. So these aren't especially new jeans. I think they're a few seasons old. They're the 9 high riser skinny and a 28 tall, but they should still sell pretty well. After checking comps, I found that they would sell for about $35, which would leave me with a projected profit of $24.01, since that $7.99 is half off and my cost of goods is $4. And that would leave me with a projected profit margin of 68.59%. So not too bad. I definitely, certain styles of Madewell jeans can sell for a lot more. That one's a little bit older. And the same goes for my second find. I was still very excited to find it. These are Veronica Beard jeans, and as far as Veronica Beard goes, jeans are probably the worst category within this brand to pick up, but they can still actually sell pretty well. They're just not going to go for $100 plus. Typically, I paid $9.99 for these, and they're also a little bit older of a style. If they were a newer style, they would sell for more. But after checking comps, my projected sales price for those is $40, which would give me a projected profit of $22.01 and a projected profit margin of 55.03%. Okay, so this is Citizens of Humanity, which is a brand I rarely pick up these days. However, I do know one style that does quite well in this brand is the Rocket High Rise Skinny, which is what these are, and they're in this kind of washed black color, distressed details, and I wanted to go ahead and pick them up. I did check comps in store, but they were half off, so $14.99 half off. That means my cost of goods was $7.50, and they are also a little bit older of a style, but after checking comps, I realized they still perform well. So my projected sales price for those, they could sell for a little bit more, but I'm guessing about $45, which would give me a projected profit of $28.51 and a projected profit margin of 63.34%. All right, next is another brand that I'm very particular with, and that is NYDJ. These are size 14. These are just really brand new. They're from 2021. They're the Amy skinny leg jeans, and they are in excellent condition. It's dark wash. I did pay up for them though. So I paid $12.99, which is usually higher than I want to pay for NYDJ. But since they're brand new and they're in that larger size, I decided I wanted to go ahead and try them after checking comps. So after checking comps, my projected sales price is $40, which would give me a projected profit of $19.01 and a projected profit margin of 47.53%. Next, it's a brand that's been doing really well for me recently. I think this week I listed a piece by this brand and it sold within a day, and that is a Beta brand. These are a size small. This is a piece by Beta brand that I've never found. It's like their denim pants. I do need to wash them. They have some like dirt marks on them, but I paid only $7.99 for them, which is good. I won't pay up for Beta brand. It doesn't sell for a ton of money, but it does sell consistently. My projected sales price for those is $35, which is about what I've been selling them for recently, which would give me a projected profit of $20.01 and a projected profit margin of 57.17%. And I should say this, I say it in all of my Thrift With Me videos, that the projected profit and the projected profit margin are based on the assumptions that I'm selling on Poshmark, so they would take 20%, and that there's not any shipping discount. But of course, there's a high likelihood if they purchase through offers to likers, which is where I make most of my sales, that there will be a shipping discount. And I send out all my offers to likers with my handy dandy Posher VA, which does it automatically for me. Makes me so much money. If you haven't tried Posher VA, I'd highly recommend it. Use code MOGIBETH and you'll get 20% off your first subscription, and you can get 2 weeks free. All right. Next is a category that I've been shopping a lot recently, not only to resell, but for myself as well. And these are actually in my size, although I might have gone up a size, y'all, to be honest. I'm 23 weeks pregnant and 1 day today. All right, these are maternity jeans and they are by Adriana Goldschmied, which is a good brand, especially within maternity. Here you go, that's what the tag looks like, and it's got this maternity stretch band. And these are a black skinny jean by them. They're size 26. I actually found a similar pair of these at another Goodwill, but they were in worse condition, and they had those priced at $19.99, so I was very happy when these were only priced at $7.99. Yay. And comps on those, I could sell them for I think more than what I projected, but I just want to be on the safe side and say that they would sell for $50. So with that $7.99 cost of goods, my projected profit is $32.01, and my projected profit margin is 64.02%. Next is a brand that I love selling. I know not everyone does. It's these wide leg kind of crop culottes almost. This is the brand Vince, and I paid $7.99 for these. Comps were all over the place for this piece. The most recent comp was in the same size 0. I think it was like around $120 pre-owned sold. So I didn't go based off of that because, I mean, again, comps were just all over the map. But I just kind of landed in what I thought would be a safe spot and say that I projected sales price of $45. But it could go for more, it could go for less, we'll see. Sometimes Vince has a tendency to sit. Same with other brands like Theory and Eileen Fisher. Sometimes they can sit for a little while. But with that cost of goods and that projected sales price, my projected profit would be $28.01, and my projected profit margin would be 62.24%. All right, this is a similar piece. It is like a wide leg trouser, but these are full length. And this is by the brand Bowden. This is the newer tag. And these are a size 10 long. I've got 2 tall pieces in this haul, and I like selling tall sizes. I like selling petite. I find they do well. And so these are actually called the Bowden Marlin wide leg trousers in black. And after checking comps, I put a projected sales price of $30, which would give me a projected profit of $16.01 and a projected profit margin of 53.37%. Next was a piece. I actually didn't check comps on this. I kind of wish I did because it's a little bit of a saturated piece, but it's really, really cute. And it's from a recent season too. This is Madewell, and it's a smaller size. It's a size 2. And this is just a little mini skirt with these patch pockets. There's a button there, I just forgot to button it. Button front, really, really cute. And I paid $6.99 for it. They actually also had a white one in the store, so someone purchased both and donated both, but the white one had a bunch of stains on it. So after checking comps, I came up with a projected sales price of $30, which would give me a projected profit of $17.01 and a projected profit margin of 56.7%. Since this piece is saturated, it could go for less. We'll just have to kind of wait and see how it performs. This piece I actually found on a new rack I'm really excited about. It's one of my favorite brands to sell right now. It is Spanx. I will say Spanx, I think on eBay I got in trouble for using their stock photos, so I've started just reverting to not using stock photos, especially on eBay for this brand, but it still performs well. And this is actually a piece by Spanx I've never sold. It's a little mini skirt. Here, I'll tell you the exact title. It's called the Get Moving Skirt. So cute. It's a size small, and I paid $6.99 for it, so it was a good price as well. And this could sell for more, but I put a projected sales price of $35, which would give me a projected profit of $21.01 and a projected profit margin of 60.03%. Okay, next is a category that I've been trying to pick up as much as I can lately, and it's swimwear. And this is a new tag Lulu's piece. Obviously, this isn't going to retail for a ton of money, but they are only asking $3.99 for it. So when I checked comps, I decided to go ahead and pick it up because I think this is a piece that could sell really quickly. They are called the Lulu Stay Current Denim Blue Ribbed High-Waisted Belted Bikini Bottom, and my projected sales price for those is $22, which would give me a projected profit of $13.61 and a projected profit margin of 61.86%. Okay, so I decided to go through the men's this time around because I kind of halfway through the store decided I'm just going to stay at this one store, so I want to go through more than I usually go through. And I found this pair of pants. It's by a designer, but it's a brand that I don't sell that often. I do think I have 1 or 2 men's pieces from liquidation in my closet from this brand, but this is APC. It's a size large, and these were half off. I paid $9.99 half off, so about $5. And they're 100% wool trousers. And checking comps, I think these should do pretty well. Couldn't find anything about the style name. They might be an older style, but that brand tends to still sell well. It's a designer brand, and I think worst comes to worst, I could send it to the Real. After checking comps, I determined that I should have a projected sales price of about $50, which would give me a projected profit of $35.01 and a projected profit margin of 70.01%. All right, next is another men's piece. I actually found this piece not new with tag in a different size at the bins recently, but this one's new with tag, so I decided I wanted to go ahead and pick it up, even though I did pay up a little bit for it. This is Bonobos. Here's the tag. Here's the new with tag. And these are the Weekday Warrior dress pants. I paid $14.99 for them, so I definitely paid up a bit. They are size 31 by 32. After checking comps, I determined that I'll have a projected sales price of $45, which would give me a projected profit of $21.01 and a projected profit margin of 46.69%. Okay, then I went to the men's shirts, and I found a couple of brands I've never sold before that I wanted to experiment with. So the first was Buck Mason. I never heard of this brand, but after seeing the tag, I decided I wanted to look it up. And this brand actually does well. I would definitely consider this a men's bolo brand. I found it for $7.99 half off, so I determined it's low enough for me to definitely want to experiment with. It is a size small, and the name of the style is the Buck Mason Double Weave Vintage 2-Pocket Shirt. So after checking comps, I determined that I would have a projected sales price of $30, which is lower for that brand, but I think this is a little bit older style, and I could get more for it, but we'll just have to wait and see. But with that $4 cost of goods, that would give me a projected profit of $20.01 and a projected profit margin of 66.68%. Both the men's shirts I found are size small, which may also contribute to them sitting for longer or selling for less. But of course, there are plenty of men who wear size small. And this brand is another one I'd actually, heard of and looked up before, but I don't think I've ever sold it. I don't know if I've ever found it in the thrift store. The brand is Faherty. Okay, I'm not pronouncing that right, but Faherty. Faherty. If you know, let me know in the comments down below how to pronounce that. I paid $6.99 for this, and it is a long sleeve polo with this chambray contrast on the collar, which is really cute. It's this blue and white stripe, really soft, really nice. And this kind of piece actually does pretty well. If it was a size large, I'd feel a lot more confident about it. But after checking comps, I determined that it would sell for about $30. So that would give me a projected profit of $17.01 and a projected profit margin of 56.7%. But really, I just kind of want to experiment with menswear more and just kind of see what sells well and how quickly. Okay, so this is a good find. This is the brand Marine Layer, and it's a size medium. This is the Teddy Coat by Marine Layer. It has a wool blend on that exterior, and there is some pilling on it, but I think I can go ahead with my sweater shaver and get some of it off. But of course, it's a Teddy Coat. It's meant to be a little bit fuzzy. But I only paid $9.99 for this, which was great. Comps were a little bit all over the place for that one too. I mean, I think some pieces have sold for as much as $100. But just to be on the conservative side, I put a projected sales price of $50, which I think would be a good sales price for that piece, which would give me a projected profit of $30.01 and a projected profit margin of 60.02%, which is good. Okay, I was really on the fence as to whether I should pick this piece up or not. I think y'all saw in the video me finding it. It's genuine leather, and it has this like brand new leather smell, which sometimes can smell good, but I don't know, for whatever reasons, it doesn't smell the best to me right now. Maybe it's because I'm pregnant. And this is Cole Haan. Cole Haan outerwear actually does pretty well for me. I like picking it up. I definitely paid up for this piece. I paid $24.99, but since it's a genuine leather jacket in this quilted moto style, which is really cute, and it's like new condition, I decided to go ahead and pick it up, and I checked comps. There weren't a ton of pieces like this that had sold, but the ones that had done really well. So I put a projected sales price of $100 on that coat, which I think for a leather jacket like that by Cole Haan is definitely a reasonable sales price based off comps, which would give me a projected profit of $55.01 and a projected profit margin of 55.01%. Okay, next is a piece. This is an older Anthropologie piece, and I've sold this before, at least once before. And this is knitted and knotted. There's that little tag there. It is a size medium, and this is called the Eyelash Cardigan. It's this big, really soft, slouchy cardigan, these fun pockets. And I paid $9.99 for this. Back in the day, I think I sold this probably 2-3 years ago. It sold really well, so when I found it, and it's in excellent condition, I wanted to look it up and see how this piece is still performing, and it looks like it's still performing really well. So I decided to go ahead and get it. I have a projected sales price of $45, which would give me a projected profit of $26.01 and a projected profit margin of 57.8%. Okay, the next piece is another Vince piece, and it's a size small, and I paid $7.99 for it, which is really good considering it is 70% wool and 30% cashmere. It's a really pretty ribbed dolman sleeve sweater. It's called the tie back sweater because it has this back cutout with a tie right there, and this is in excellent condition. After checking comps, I determined that my sales price would be $50 for that sweater, which would give me a projected profit of $32.01 and a projected profit margin of 64.02%. Okay, I think y'all saw me find this dress. This is a brand, Banana Republic, I rarely, if ever, pick up for myself anymore. But when I came across this, it is a collaboration with Olivia Palermo, and I always kind of stop in my tracks when I see collaboration pieces because they can sell for a lot more. So, and this was a really pretty dress. It's this maxi paisley print dress with these sheer sleeves gathered at the wrist, necktie, really pretty. So I definitely wanted to look it up, and I'm glad I did. Paid $9.99 for it because it sells really well. I think all the listings for this dress are over $100, but after checking comps, I landed at, and it could go for more, a projected sales price of $60, which would give me a projected profit of $38.01 and a projected profit margin of 63.35%. Okay, so that's all the clothes. I also found 2 pairs of shoes. I paid $19.99 for each one of these shoes. I paid up for them, so we'll see how they do, but let me show you them. The first is Sorel, and these are called the Danica Booty. They've got this kind of moto-inspired detail here. They're in really excellent condition. They have some wrinkling on the upper, but otherwise really good condition. They're a size 11, and again, I paid $19.99 for them. They're in really good condition on the outer sole as well, with some really light wear, but not too much. Last time I paid up for Sorel at the thrift store, I was happy that I did, so I decided to go ahead and do it again. The last time I think was a pair of tennis shoes. This is a pair of little boots, so we'll see. After checking comps, I determined that I think they're going to sell for about $75, which would give me a projected profit of $40.01 and a projected profit margin of 53.35%. Projected profit of $40 is great, so definitely happy with that. And then the last piece, I just couldn't pass on these. Here, let me take this rubber band off. These are Sperry, and Sperry's do really well for me, but these are brand spanking new, and I thought they were so cute. If they were my size, I would definitely consider keeping them, but they're a size 7.5, and they've got this suede upper here. It's kind of a burnished or burned suede, you see? And they've got this rubber upper, of course, with this very classic duck boot. And then they've got this faux fur trim, which I thought was so cute. So I paid up for these again, $19.99. It's a good size, it's a good condition, and it's a really cute style. And again, Sperry's do well for me. I project to sell them for about $65. Could go for more, could go for less. We'll have to wait and see because there weren't a ton of comps in that exact style that were available. So I'm doing a little bit of guesswork with that, but it would give me a projected profit of $32 and a projected profit margin of 49.25%. Okay, so overall with everything that I got, I spent $218.30, which was a lot for one thrift store these days because typically I'm walking out with like 5-6 items, but this was really, really good. I purchased 22 items, which we list 20 a day, so spending a few hours finding basically a day's worth of stuff was good. My projected sales for all these items is $1,000.07, which is great for a few hours. And then my projected profit is $587.30 with an average projected profit margin of 58.76%. So we'll have to wait and see, of course, how these do, how quickly they sell, what they go for. Nothing's guaranteed when reselling, but this is all based off of checking comps, so I feel pretty good about this haul. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite piece was. I am really, gosh, there's a lot of pieces in here I'm excited about. I mean, there's a lot of pieces that I don't usually sell. Like, I don't sell a lot of menswear. I don't really sell Banana Republic. The marine layer coat, never saw anything like that. The Cole Haan leather quilted jacket, that's not something I find every day. So a lot of good pieces. I think I would have to go with, I'm gonna go with the Sperry boots. I know that's a random choice, but I think they're really cute and I really like selling Sperry, and I love that they're in like brand new condition. So whoever gets those boots, I think will love them. Okay, well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Again, let me know in the comments down below what your favorite piece was, and be sure to give this video a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. All right, I will see y'all in the next one. Love y'all. Bye.